first of all discuss the formula for this question because it is very important and try to understand properly. Okay, let me start the solution of the question. Let me draw the figure first of all, which is very important figure, and without this figure it is very difficult to understand. This is the origin. Its coordinate will be 0, 0, 0. This is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, and this is the vector R. I am taking P point x, y and z. This is the point P, and its position vector, that is R, O, P. This is a vector. This is a vector. Okay, let me take alpha, beta, let and gamma are the direction angles. Are direction angles. Direction angles which, you see, try to understand, which vector R makes with the positive direction, of OX, means x-axis, y-axis or z-axis, with the positive direction of axis. Let me write x, y and z. Okay, positive direction. This will be alpha angle, and which the vector makes with the positive direction of x-axis, and it will be beta angle will be this one, and this will be gamma angle. You see, it is very important, and cosine of these angles will be equal to the direction cosine of the vector. Okay, which I am just going to take. Okay, so what will be direction cosine are to be represented by cos L means cos alpha. Second, M will be equal to cos beta, and N will be equal to cos gamma. Very important thing I am discussing with you, that is why try to understand, and let me start now. Let me find out the unit vector in the direction of the vector R. Okay, first of all I will find out the unit vector, because without the unit vector you cannot find out the direction cosine of the vector. Okay, that is why see carefully. Unit vector in this direction. Formula I told you. Now unit vector in the direction of, I am writing each and everything, that is why it is taking time, in the direction of vector, so that you will understand vector R, and unit vector, it is to be denoted by R cap. This is the vector. In this direction we will find out the unit vector, and unit vector you will write like that, divided by its magnitude. And let me write the magnitude of this vector. This is R vector will be equal to xi plus yj plus zk. Okay, zk. This is the vector R, and its magnitude will be equal to what? Repeatedly I am telling you the magnitude of it, x square plus y square plus z square. Okay, in my previous videos I have discussed in detail how you can find out the magnitude of the vector. Okay, it will be xi plus yj plus zk. My dear student feel very difficult to find out the values. Let me write vector R, magnitude of vector R as it is. X upon magnitude of R, you write x. Here will be I. Okay, plus y upon magnitude of R, actually थोड़ा सा स्पेस कम है इसलिए j, plus z upon magnitude of R and k. My dear student, this is the unit vector, and let me write it. R vector will be equal to L I plus M J plus N K. This is the, if it is unit vector, this is unit vector, you must have to write R, it is a unit vector. It will be equal to Li plus Mj plus Nk. The very important thing. That is why you see, let me write it here. Let me write, हो सकता है आपको ये दिखाई ना दे रहा हो, इसको मैं थोड़ा सा रिमूव कर देता हूं यहां से और मैं इसको यहां लिख देता हूं. Okay, you see this thing, because let me write, because unit vector, let me write the unit vector, that will be equal to unit vector, it will be equal to Li plus Mj plus Nk. These are the unit vector, or you can write it will be equal to cos alpha I plus cos beta j plus cos gamma k. Like that also you can write cos gamma, okay. And this thing you must have to keep in mind, either this one or this one, okay. Then only you can find out the solution of the question. Let me start now. And I will reduce this vector because it occupies the maximum space, that is x-axis, okay. Let me start the solution of the question, which is very, very important. Let me assume that vector r is equal to I plus j plus k. This is the vector. Let me find out its magnitude. Will be equal to root 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. You write the coefficients of I, j, k and get the square of it, root 3. Okay. Now the unit vector in this direction. Unit vector in the direction of vector r, in the direction of r vector. I am discussing the very important thing, my dear student, that is why you concentrate over here. Unit vector that is to be denoted by r cap divided by each and everything I am telling you, each and every basic concept I am telling you, I plus j plus k divided by its magnitude. Okay, it will be equal to 1 upon root 3 I plus 1 upon root 3 j plus 1 upon root 3 k. This is the unit vector. You must have to keep in mind it should be unit vector, then only you can compare. Okay, compare. That is why I already told you, compare with this equation. Okay, compare the values here. Compare with the coefficient of r, that is unit vector. It will be the unit vector cos alpha I plus cos beta j plus cos gamma k. You compare it with this one. Now, what will happen? Let me write it here. Because it is k. Okay, I, j, k. These are the unit vector along with x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. This also you must have to keep in mind. Compare this one. This thing you compare here. Okay, with this equation. In place of cos alpha, here it is 1 upon root 3. Cos alpha, it will be equal to 1 upon root 3. But we are required the value of alpha, cos inverse 1 upon root 3. Similarly, cos beta, write the cos beta will be equal to 1 upon root 3. And beta angle will be equal to cos inverse 1 upon root 3. Each and everything you must have to write. Clearly I am telling you, each and everything. Cos gamma, that is also equal to 1 upon root 3. You see, in place of cos gamma, it is 1 upon root 3. Okay, gamma will be equal to cos inverse 1 upon root 3. My dear student, it is given that show that the vectors, this vector is equally inclined to the axis with x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. I already told you this is the vector which makes alpha angle with x-axis, positive direction of x-axis, beta angle with positive direction of y-axis, this is here, and gamma angle positive direction of z-axis. Alpha, beta, gamma, these are the direction angles which the vector r makes with the positive direction of x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Clearly you understand, okay? That is why I am telling you by and by, धीरे धीरे बता रहा हूँ जिससे आपकी समझ में आ जाए, ओके? जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. तो अल्फा की वैल्यू कितनी आ गई? Cos इनवर्स 1 upon root 3. ये एंगल बिटवीन दिस r एंड x एक्सिस, ये एंगल. और cos बीटा कितना आ गया? Beta will be same thing, cos inverse 1 upon root 3. This will also be like that. You can see these are the three angles, one x axis, y axis, z axis. और P पॉइंट यहाँ पर कहीं पर होगा, उसको ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं ओरिजिन से. ओके, यहाँ पर कहीं पर होगा. That makes this vector r makes with the positive direction of x axis alpha angle यहाँ से यहाँ तक, और यहाँ से यहाँ तक बीटा एंगल, और यहाँ से यहाँ तक गामा एंगल. ओके, like that you can see, and which is very very important, and all the angles are equal. That is why vector r equally inclined. We got the value of alpha, beta as well as gamma. Okay, I discussed the very important question with you. Then let me take one more question. One more question I want to tell you, which may be the important for you. Okay, but you will have to find out similar kind of question I am taking. Okay, let me take similar kind of figure I will draw, because so that you will understand. And I am taking the question from your NCERT book. You see, find the direction cosines of the vector, question number 12. Here it is given, find the direction cosine. Find the direction cosine. Find the direction cosine of the vector. I am writing the question because so that you will understand, of the vector I plus 2j plus 3k. Let me take it is R vector. Either you take R, you take A. Let me take A vector, that depends upon you. Okay, vector A. Solution, that vector A is equal to I plus 2j plus 3k. And its magnitude, here itself you find out its magnitude. 1 square, because coefficient of I is 1, plus coefficient of j is 2 square, plus coefficient of k, that is 3 square. Okay, it will be equal to 1 square means 1 plus 4 plus 9. It will be equal to root 14. That is its value. It is the magnitude, because it will be required. Okay, very important question I am discussing. Similar kind of thing, because here it is given them find the direction cosine of this vector. Okay, ये वेक्टर कहीं पर भी हो सकता है. मैंने जैसे फिगर बनाई थी, आई हैव टोल्ड यू द फिगर, दिस फिगर. ओके, मैं ये फिगर इसलिए बना रहा हूं, हो सकता है फिगर इसके कहीं दूसरी जगह बन जाए, y और z एक्सिस. ये मैं फिगर इसलिए बना रहा हूं सो दैट यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि डायरेक्शन कोसाइन होता क्या है. p और वेक्टर a मैंने ये ले लिया, सपोज ये क्या है, i प्लस 2j प्लस 3k. ओके, i j k 3k. ये एंगल तुम्हारा अल्फा हो गया, और ये एंगल क्या हो गया, बीटा, एंड दैट एंगल विल बी गामा एंगल. ओके, this will be the gamma angle. And you must have to see the thing. Very important, because I am telling you that very important thing I am just discussing. Just before I derive the formula, okay, unit vector, it will be equal to what? Li plus mj plus nk. Like that. Okay, or you can write unit vector. पहले मैंने r से रिप्रेजेंट किया था, मैंने a से कर दिया, क्योंकि यहाँ पे a जो किया हुआ cos अल्फा i plus cos beta j plus cos gamma k. Okay, you will have to compare with this one. Okay, let me start. Let me take, because I repeatedly I am telling you, you must have to find out the unit vector in the direction of the given vector. Unit vector. Okay, then only you can find out the direction cosine, otherwise you cannot find out the direction cosine. That is why unit vector in the direction of vector A. Same thing. Already I told you alpha beta angle here. I have not written over here, but I told you what is alpha, what is beta, what is gamma angle. Okay, unit vector A, it will be equal to vector A cap divided by its magnitude. Okay, it will be equal to vector A is equal to what? I plus 2j plus 3k. I am telling you in the simplest way, upon magnitude of A. It will be equal to what? Let me tell you. I, magnitude of A, that is root 14. 1 upon root 14. I am going to separate it. I plus 2 upon root 14 j plus 3 upon root 14 and k. You compare with this one. Compare with, suppose it is 1. Compare with 1. एक point बता रहा हूं, I am telling you each and every point in detail. That is why try to understand how you can find out the direction cosine. Okay, in place of cos alpha, इसलिए मैंने यहां पर भी a यूनिट वेक्टर लिया और यहां पर भी a यूनिट वेक्टर लिया. Okay, cos alpha is equal to what? 1 upon root 14. Then alpha will be equal to what? Cosine inverse 1 upon, because here it is given, you will have to find out the direction cosine. Okay, here it is given direction cosine only, you will find out, that is why alpha, beta, gamma are not required. L. Similarly, cos beta. Cos beta will be equal to how much? 2 upon root 14. Okay, it will be m. And next will be cos gamma. पता नहीं आपको दिखाई दे रहा होगा, नहीं तो ऊपर देख सकता हूं, 3 upon root 14. 3 upon root 14 देखिए मैं बोल रहा हूं n, l m n. यदि दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है तो आप इसको समझ लीजिए, cos gamma will be equal to 3 upon root 14, it will be equal to m. Like that, similar kind of thing will be there. Okay, my dear student, try to understand. I am telling you the easiest thing for you related with the direction cosine. Later on I will tell you regarding the direction ratios also, because these are the two proportional things, direction ratio as well as direction cosine. Without these it is very difficult to study the questions in vector algebra or in three-dimensional geometry. That is why carefully you must have to see this one. Okay, thank you to all of you. But before